Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. And welcome to a new reading vlog. This reading vlog will be dedicated to me reading Truly Devious by Marian Johnson. Today is a Sunday evening now. It is the 5th of November, so this is a little bit late. This is on my October TBR, but I didn't manage to get to it. And so this week I'll be reading Truly Devious. I will be trying to read it in the last time possible. I don't want to take the whole week to read this because this is going to be an actually really busy week for me. So that's not really that exciting. I have a test on Tuesday. I have an exam next week that's also very, very important. And I'm actually going to be having some surgery this Friday, so this week. So the vlog will end before that. It's a minor surgery. It's something in my nose, like the inside of my nose. It's going to be okay. I'm a little bit stressed and anxious about it. I don't like hospitals and stuff like that, but I'm trying to remain optimistic. It's a small surgery. Everything will be fine. Like, I'll be back home the same day, so it'll all be okay. But I do want to finish this before Friday, so yeah, I can upload this video and I'll be stressed by it. But I also need to study this week because probably during the weekend I'm still going to be recovering a little bit. So I'm probably not going to read as much and not study as much. So I honestly need to get a lot done this week. So there's just a lot going on. But let's forget that and let's talk about Truly Devious. This is a book that is about our main character, Stevie Bell, and she goes to this private school that is very it's very dedicated to students that want to study whatever they want and whatever they are gifted at. So it's really not a regular school in any type of way. It's the Ellingham Academy, and it's a famous private school in Vermont. And when it was founded, the person that founded it, like a tycoon, his wife and daughter were kidnapped, and no one ever figured out what happened. And so many years later, when Stevie goes to the school, her main objective is to figure out what happened and where are these people and how they were kidnapped and by who. And she's very interested in knowing about that. So I think that that's what she is investigating. And I actually have the whole trilogy. I'm probably not going to be reading the whole trilogy, of course, but I do have it. So I'm really excited because if I do like it, I can skip to the next book without waiting for a long time. And this is 400 pages. It's a little bit thick, but I'm really hoping for the best. I've heard amazing things about this trilogy. It's not really a trilogy anymore. I know that there are some books that came out next, and like books that are not exactly in the trilogy but just related to our character Stevie. So I'm really excited about this. But I also wanted to tell you about other things that have been going on. Today I had to purchase this book. I got Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I mentioned in my November TBR that I'm going to read this book for a class, a literature class. And oh my god, what is it with my professors giving me all this thick ass books to read? I'm honestly so stressed. I'm also going to be reading this in between with Truly Devious. I need to start this. I need to start this on Wednesday. I have a class for this, and my professor is already going to be talking about things that I don't know about, so I really need to get started on this as well. I'm really hoping to read it, which is why I bought this a little bit more expensive cover, like edition of this book, because I don't know, I really think that I'm going to love it. And I didn't want to buy like a basic penguin, because that's what I bought for the other book that I read, Threesome Shandy, and I really wanted to do something different. So this is also penguin, but it's the classics edition, I guess. So it's a little bit more fancy, and it has a ribbon. We love a ribbon. So I'm excited to start this as well. So these are going to be my two reads for this week. I'm definitely not finishing this week, but I'll be trying to do my best. And then, just to talk over a little bit more, I'm also finishing this book. This is a Portuguese book of short stories, and it's a book that I picked up from my library. I've been really interested because of the cover. I just really love the yellow. And I only have about 50 pages to go. Less. I have like 40 pages to go. So I'll be finishing this one tonight, like before I start Truly Devious. I only have 3 short stories left, so I'll be reading this. And then we'll get started with Truly Devious tonight. We're gonna get cozy up in bed and read this. And that's really exciting. I'm very happy about that. And what else do I have to say? Only that the other day, my mom and my stepdad bought me this really cute stuffed animal from IKEA. And this is so cute. I've been really cozying it up with it at night. So you'll probably see this a lot during my vlog because it is just so cute. I'm in love. I love him. I really love him. I really do. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of him. He doesn't have a name yet. Would it be weird if I gave him a name? I don't know anymore. But he doesn't have a name yet. But you'll be seeing a lot of him. And also I miss my dog so much. Like my dog passed away last year and that was so hard for me. So this is really just, it's giving me all the pet dreams that I've been having. So welcome to this reading vlog. This intro is already long as hell, but I'm hoping to have a good week. We're going to be reading lots of books and that's kind of all. So I'll see you in a little bit when I finally start Truly Devious. Okay, it's time for my first update. So I have managed to read 60 pages of Truly Devious. I'm up to chapter 5 and I am enjoying it so far. Obviously not a lot of thoughts. We get to see the first crime that occurred at Wellingham Academy, the murder or kidnapping of the children and wife of the founder of the school. So we have like a dual timeline going on between 1936 and what I'm assuming is present time. I'm not really sure what year we're in, but it doesn't really matter. It's modern present time. And we get to see Stevie. She's just arriving at Wellingham Academy. She's meeting the people that will be with her for the rest of the year. And we're also in that perspective of 1936, trying to find out what happened. And it's not really, it hasn't really been specified yet if Stevie's going to investigate this murder slash kidnapping, but I think that's what she's mostly interested in. It just hasn't been really like said directly that that's what's going on. So I thought that I would read more today, but I'm honestly really tired. I've also read like 50 pages of my other book. I only have 1 short story left, so I'll finish that out tomorrow. But yeah, 60 pages is where I am ending up tonight. I'm really tired. I can't read anymore. But it's fun. And in any case, I will see you tomorrow and we will keep reading. Okay, so just to update you, I'm currently on page 100 specifically of Truly Devious and I am enjoying it. So far we're really just setting up. There's not much happening. They're still touring the academy, they're still meeting new people, figuring out the logistics of the academy. So in terms of plot, there's not much going on. I am interested in the past chapters, but yeah, there's not a lot to say at the moment. I am enjoying it. I'm hoping to make some progress for the rest of the afternoon. I have to film my October wrap-up today and that's kind of it. I have to study, I'm going to read, and I'm going to make some progress because yeah, so far not a lot happening, not a lot to update you on, but I'm trying to be very thorough with my updates. So here we are, page 100. Not much, but it's honest work. Hi, friends. It is Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. And today was a long ass day. Like, I really hate Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like, they're just the longest days I have at university. I can never film updates because I'm not really comfortable filming in my university. But somehow, just to update you, I have read 200 pages of this book. Today. That's what I meant to say. Yesterday I went to bed after page 120, I think. And I am now on page 316. So I have literally 100 pages left. I'm not sure if we're going to finish it tonight. I don't know if I will. But what am I thinking? Also, I had a test today and I think it went well. I think so, but I'm not sure. But I think it went well. But in between like all the commuting and being at my library and stuff, I managed to read 200 pages. So let's talk about what I've read. Basically what has happened so far, and I'm trying to keep this very light. I'm not going to mention any spoilers, I don't think. But basically where we left off was that Stevie was meeting a bunch of her first year companions and also some second year because this school only has 2 years. So she's meeting some of the juniors that are with her and also some of the seniors. And they are divided into houses, but like physical houses, not like that specific series houses. They're like houses, like physical, where they stay. And so she's at the Minerva she's at the Minerva house, and she has all these friends, right? I'm enjoying meeting her friends. She has a friend named Janelle that I'm really liking. There's some queer rep. There are some things happening. I'm really happy with that. There's also this guy named David, and you're like, Steve thinks he's kind of cute. So maybe something is gonna happen there. But basically, she is investigating this kidnapping, right? That turns into murders, because that's one thing that I'm not really enjoying about this book. I don't feel like, I don't want to say that it's not well organized. Like, who am I to say that this book isn't well organized? But it's not in the way that I would enjoy it to be organized. Because in the beginning, you kind of go, sometimes, not every single chapter, but you go in between the present time where Stevie is at school investigating this, and we go into the time of the kidnapping, which was 1936. So we're in 2016, I think, and then it's like 80 years before. But when you're looking at these things, you don't yet know what really happened. It's just a kidnapping. But later on, you do realize that the wife of the guy was murdered and they found her body. They just never found the daughter's body. And so I just don't think that it's really well organized. I wish I would have known that sooner. I don't know if that's supposed to play into the ending. Like, are we not supposed to know? But I don't know. But it took like 200 pages to get somewhere. And now I truly understand that this will be a trilogy, because we are 100 pages from the end and we're nowhere near solving who Truly Devious is and who committed these kidnappings. And it took like till the middle of the book for something exciting to actually happen. It was very like going to classes, meeting new people, there was like, they were shooting this, not really a film, but like a series, because one of the guys was an actor and he wanted to film a series based on the kidnapping. So he asked Stevie to like, not really direct, but to be like a technical producer to know if the details were correct. And so we were just like, a lot of that. So it took it to like the middle point for something actually interesting to happen, which obviously is not the best, right? Because you wish something would have happened sooner. But I am enjoying it. I mean, that's what I'm going to say. Like, it's 100 pages from the end. I have no idea how this will end, because clearly it won't end. Like, I'm already looking at the Vanishing Stair, because I do own the entire trilogy. I know that there are some more, but I do own the core trilogy. And I think I might have to continue right after, because this is just not going to get solved in 100 pages. Like, we're nowhere near the end. Like, things are just picking up now. But I am enjoying it. I like Stevie. I like the fact that this is very realistic as a YA crime mystery thriller can be, right? It's never 100% realistic, nor do I wish it to be, because like, I don't want to be in a crime, right? I don't want to be involved in crime. But anyway, it is very realistic. It feels like Maureen Johnson has a good grip on reality. Stevie is very knowable in how to act and how to approach certain situations. It doesn't feel like a far-fetched YA book where anything can happen. It feels very grounded in reality, which I am appreciating, because it even, like, for me, that gives it even a more compelling aspect to the story. Because if it is something like very far-fetched and crazy, it feels so crazy that it's not really scary. And this is scarier to me because it does feel very grounded in reality. I'm like, this is kind of frightening. This could not, it's never really realistic, but like, it could happen, you know? So I'm really enjoying that. I like the little jokes that Maureen John puts in. Like, sometimes the interactions that she has with her friends are kind of funny. I like Janelle. I like Nate, which is her other friend. He's a writer, but he does anything but write, which is very, very writer coded. If you've ever attempted to write, you know that's exactly what a writer is. Just someone that is avoiding writing. And I'm really liking them. And I am having a good time. Like, it's not an all-time favorite. I feel like this is one of those cases where I feel like the next books could be better, because it feels like the action is going to pick up more and more with each book. So that's an exciting prospect. I don't feel like this is going to be the best book, which is exciting, you know, because there's nothing that's worse than starting a trilogy and you're like, oh, this is going to be the best book. Like, everything is happening in this book. Everything else is going to be stretched out so it can be several other books. But I feel like the other books will be better than this one, which is really exciting. And it might mean that I will have to read The Vanishing Stair. Not particularly for this fall, because as I mentioned, I want to wrap this up before Thursday, because Friday I'm having like my little surgery and I want this wrapped up. So I don't think I can finish that book. But yeah, I'm going to read that next. So if you want to see more vlogs of me continue on with this trilogy, do let me know, because that's what I'm thinking of doing. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit more, but I also have to edit a video. I filmed my September and October wrap up and I want to upload it for tomorrow. So I'm going to do that now, read for a little bit, and then probably head off to bed. Yeah, because I'm really tired today. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But I am enjoying it so far. I wish it had picked up sooner, but where we are now, I am liking it. Okay friends, this is my last update for the night. I am currently on page 363. So I have about like 50 or so pages left, and it's still moving quite slowly. We're not really any closer to figuring out the whodunit of the situation. And I am interested. I am enjoying it, and I feel like I'm going to have to read The Vanishing Stair, which I already put on my little stack of books right there. I feel like I might have to, because this is not giving me the answers that I want to get. So I might have to move a little bit forward in the series to see where we go. But I am enjoying this. I'm hoping, obviously, to finish it tomorrow, maybe in the morning before my class. Maybe, we'll see. But I am turning in for the night. I am really proud of myself. I read an obscene amount of this book today, and that's all I can really ask for. So I will see you tomorrow, and we'll finish this book and see how it ends. I swear, I'm always in my bed when I do these kind of updates. But anyway, today's Wednesday, and I took today to study because I have an important test next week. And I am up to page... oh my god, what page is this? Page 387 of Truly Devious. So I am between 20 and 30 pages from the end. So I'm quite near the end of it. Today's my brother's birthday, actually, so we're going out for dinner in a little bit. So I think I'll read just one more chapter, and then I'll put the book down and I'll finish it tonight after I get dinner. But I'm still really enjoying it. I don't know, I feel like the cliffhanger is going to be really big because Stevie is figuring some stuff out. I guess I'll just say it. I mean, we know, like, this is a thriller, right? Mystery, something. So there was a murder at the school, and Stevie is now investigating it and seeing how maybe it relates to the kidnapping that occurred 80 years ago. I have no idea. We're not that far in yet, but she's figuring some stuff out. And because the book is finishing so soon, I feel like there's going to be a big cliffhanger because, like, it just has to be like that. So quite honestly, I might just start the Vanishing stair before bed tonight because I don't know, I'm really feeling it. So I'm going out for dinner. I'll finish it later and then I'll tell you all my thoughts tonight because I have to finish this tonight. So I'll tell you all my thoughts then. But I am enjoying it and I'm liking it now that the rhythm has picked up and the pace is better. So I'm really excited to continue and to finish this one today. Okay, I'm in my cat pajamas. We're just going to ignore that. But I thought I was stronger than this. I thought that I could come on here after midnight and give you like a full book review. I can't, but I'm just going to let you know that I did finish Truly Devious. And I am going to start the Vanishing stair tomorrow. Like, it's happening. I have to. Tomorrow is Thursday, which is a day that I read a lot because of all my commutes. So I think that I might be able to read and maybe finish this until Friday so that I can upload this vlog. But I do want to mention that. Sorry, I'm looking a little bit crazy. Oh my god. I'm looking a little bit crazy. I'm sorry. But I do want to say that I really enjoyed Truly Devious. I'm going to make a better review tomorrow. But I really did enjoy it. And I think I'm going to give it like a 3.5, maybe like a 4-star. I really liked it. I just thought that it wasn't exactly as fast-paced as I was hoping it would be, because I think that when Marion Johnson wrote this, like, she was confident she was going to get a trilogy. Okay, she was like really confident. So there's absolutely almost no resolution whatsoever. So I feel like the mystery really does build up as you go through the books, right? So there's not a lot to say about this first one. That's where I'm struggling a little bit, and that's why it's not a higher rating, because I feel like I wished that at least some of the mystery could have been solved in this book and then maybe other mysteries in the next, but it's really just like a direct continuation. Like the Vanishing stair picks up right after where we end up in Truly Devious. It's like the same mysteries, the same stakes, and yeah, I wish it was a little bit more fast-paced, I guess. I wish we could have known a little bit more about the mystery in the first book, but I'm excited to go into the next. And I'm happy that I finished this. That's all that I gotta say for now. I'll say more tomorrow. And tomorrow, if I come on here and I tell you that I've already read 100 pages of The Vanishing stair, please do not be mad at me. Like, I really can't film at my university. Like, I get so stressed that somebody's gonna see me vlog. Like, that is an incomprehensible fear that I have, that somebody's going to just watch me vlog. That's horrifying to me. So that's not going to happen. But at night, I will update you on how far I am into The Vanishing stair. But yeah, I'm excited to have finished this. I'm going to sleep now because I'm working really early tomorrow. And that's kind of it. So I will see you tomorrow. Hi friends, it's Thursday and I think that it's finally time for me to actually review and give full thoughts on Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I think that overall this book is probably a 3.5, rounded up to a 4 simply because of the fun that I had with it, but I will say that I feel like the pacing is not what I wanted out of this book. I feel like it was a little bit slower than what I was anticipating, and I feel like it just didn't work for me completely. I really thought that it was a wrong idea going into it. I thought that Truly Devious would be like one mystery, and then the Vanishing Stair would be another mystery, and then the Hand on the Wall would be another mystery, but clearly it's just the same mystery divided into 3 books. And when you do that kind of plot progression, it does make the pacing, or the pace or pacing, I don't know, a little bit slower, which means that sometimes there were parts that I'm not gonna say boring, because boring is such a bad word, right? It's such an offensive, not offensive, but like a bad word. Like saying this book was boring has a bad connotation, but it was a little bit slow. And there were some times that I was like, okay, we're having a lot of classes, we're having a lot of conversations, we're having a lot of hangouts. Where's my mystery? Where are my answers? And when Truly Devious ended, it ended on a cliffhanger, but it was not the type of cliffhanger that I was expecting. So this, basically what I'm trying to say is that Truly Devious, and I guess the whole trilogy, has a very personal sense of plot as well. It's very character heavy as well. We get a lot of Stevie's life, we get a lot of her friends' lives, we get a lot of friendship, romance. So there's a whole other dimensions to it other than the mystery, which makes this, yes, a more complete book. It's not just a mystery, it's also a young adult contemporary, but maybe that's not exactly what I wanted, if that makes any sense. I feel like this could be a little bit heavier on the mystery elements, on the answers, on the chase, and it was a little bit slow in my opinion. But overall, it was a 3.5. I enjoyed where it went, but yeah, I was just expecting to get more answers by the end of this, and now it has become clear that that's not really where we're headed. But it did mean that I immediately started The Vanishing Stair, and I am currently, I forgot my bookmark today, but I am currently on page 102, chapter 7. So I have about 2/3 of the way, I have about 2/3 left of the book. And basically we just pick up exactly where we left off in Truly Devious. It really is that direct, which means that we continue with the same answers that we had here. There have been some revelations about the past, about the overall Ellingham Academy mystery, about the kidnapping and the murder. We have a little bit more information on that I'm excited to see where it goes. We also have, like I mentioned, a present time mystery, a murder that has occurred within Ellingham Academy, and we still don't have a lot of answers about that either. And I'm still struggling to see, which I guess is good, how they're going to be connected, if they're going to be connected. But I will say again, like, I am 100 pages into it, and it's not moving like I want it to be moving. It's, yeah, just a little bit slower than I was expecting. I want more tension, I want more drama, I want more answers, and I'm not really getting them. But I'm hoping that this will pick up soon as well. And what else is there to say? I'm enjoying a certain romance that is happening. I'm enjoying it. It has a little bit of miscommunication, which I don't love, but I guess it's a young adult, right? And romance always, not always, but most of the time does have that element. So I'm forgiving it for that. But yeah, what are my plans for today? My plans for the rest of the day are just to read, to start editing this vlog, to relax, maybe study a little bit, because it is my surgery tomorrow. I'm staying home in the morning still, so if I don't finish this tonight, which I probably won't if I'm being honest, I will finish it tomorrow. But yeah, my surgery is tomorrow. I'm a little bit scared. It's going to be okay, but I'm just a little bit frightened of it. And that's kind of it. That's all that I want to say. I'm excited to see where this goes. I have so many books I need to read this month, but I'm kind of like looking at the hand on the wall. Like, depending on how this finishes, I might have to, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't particularly want to focus on this trilogy and not read the rest of my giant TBR. My TBR, my library books, like, they're all staring at me. But maybe this is going to happen. Like, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm just going to take a shower. So if you see me in different coats later on, also that's my cute little dog right there. If you see me in different clothes, that's why. I'm also going to take a shower, make a tea, like a really good green tea, and continue on reading, cozy up with a book, because that's what I like to do. And we'll see how the Vanishing stair goes, and hopefully I can finish until tomorrow and make some good progress in it, and hopefully I'll enjoy it more, because I want to give it a higher rating than I gave Truly Devious. 3.5 is fine. Like, I upgraded it to a 4 on Goodreads, but yeah, it's just not hitting exactly like I wanted it to. Okay, it's not much later, and I have read up to page, as you can see here, that's a lot of progress. I've read up to page 215, so I have about 150 pages to go. And I gotta say, guys, like, why is this just not giving me the stress that I want? Like, we are probably, I would guess, not knowing how to do statistics at all, I would guess that I'm 60% of the way through this book, and it took until this point for something vaguely exciting to happen. All the things that we're learning, it's like very slowly, it's like little bits here and there, and I'm just not, listen, I'm engaged because I do want to finish this. Like, I have other books to read, I love a good mystery, but it's just not working out as fast as I wanted it to go. I thought that this book would be more fast-paced, but yeah, like, we got to 60% of the book and now things are starting to happen. And I'm sad that it took until this point, because we have a lot of, like I mentioned, I do enjoy the friend drama, the relationships. It's all part of being a teenager. It's all part of being at, like, a boarding school at, like, Ellingham Academy. Like, I signed up for this. I know I did. But I was really hoping that the mystery would be a little bit more fast-paced, and it's really not. And I'm struggling a little bit, because unless they pack up this last 40% of the book with many reveals, I just don't know how to feel about this. Because, like, I could forgive the first one for doing that, and I don't know. I think I'm going to read one more chapter before bed, because, like I mentioned, we got up to an exciting point. But it's nearly midnight. I want to go to sleep. My surgery is tomorrow, and I do want to finish this tomorrow. So I think I'm going to read one last chapter. I'm not going to update you, and then I'm going off to bed. But yeah, I just wish that it was a little bit faster paced, because it's just not grabbing my attention like I wanted it to be. David is also, like, pissing me off in this book. He really charmed my little pants off in the first one, but in this one I'm just like, sir, what is going on with you? I'm not really enjoying his character development in this one, and I don't know, I'm just not really feeling it 100%. So far it's still feeling like a 3 from 5, because I do enjoy it. Like, I like this world, I like these characters, I like their interactions, I like the whole idea of it. I'm just not loving the execution, because for a mystery, it's not unraveling in a way I was excited for it to unravel. So, and it is a little bit unmotivating to know that there are 5 books in the series. Like, I have the first 3, but we have A Box in the Woods, and then we have 9 Liars, which was one that came out last year. And 5 books, if they're all about the same mystery, I don't know if I can do that, because I love a good slow burn romance. But if you give me a slow burn mystery, 5 books, I don't know. I'm talking out my ass. I really don't know what the other 2 books are about. I have absolutely no idea. I know that the core 3 are about this mystery overall, but I have no idea what the other 2 are about. Like, I'm completely talking out of my ass. But yeah, one more chapter before bed. Hopefully things start to unravel during this last bit of it, because yeah, it could be a little bit more engaging for sure. But in any case, I'll read and then I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, today's Friday. Today's the last day of this vlog. It is also the day of my surgery, which I am a little bit stressed about, but I'm also very, very hungry because I need to do some fasting a lot of hours before, so I'm very, very hungry and I'm kind of struggling through that. But I'm here to wrap up this vlog and tell you about my thoughts on the Vanishing Stair, and just to gather up some thoughts about the two books in general, and to just talk through about how I feel about both of them. I have just finished the Vanishing Stair. I read, I think it was the 100 pages or a little bit less that I had to read throughout the morning, and I just finished it. And what are my thoughts? My thoughts are basically the same as the first one, which is, why did this take so long to get interesting? Like I mentioned, it took up until like 60%. I'm sorry, my hair is a mess today. Whatever. It took until the 60% point for something interesting to happen, for there to have been like actually interesting reveals and developments in the story, because yes, you find out little bits and pieces, like you have some clues throughout the book, but it's only up from that point on out that it gets interesting. In this book, we have Stevie still at the Ellingham Academy. There are some new stakes that I'm not going to mention because it would be spoilers, but an interesting aspect that I don't really consider spoiling, so I will say, is that in this book she's working actually with a professor and an author that she has previously read a book about the Wellingham case, and she is working with this professor as a part of credits from her university, and to be able to find out more about the case, and also to help out this professor with information that she might need for also her solving of the case, because they're both trying to solve the case separately, and so they are working together in an official manner for that to happen. And this is called Dr. Fenton. I don't remember her first name, I just remember this. And so this book is also a little bit focused on that, and we have some new revelations about the case because of this angle, that she is working with an author of the case, which was interesting. And the environment at Ellingham has changed a little bit since the first book because of the murder. Things feel a little bit different now, you know. It feels a little bit strange and heavy. So there are all those changes, and I guess what I want to say is that I wish the pace of this book was a little bit better. I just don't feel like this needed to be stretched out this much, because, and what also happens is that because you are reading two books, and I read them back to back, okay, I didn't take any time in between them, but it meant that there were so many loose ends, like so many little things that were mentioned in the first book that were not mentioned in this one. We didn't get any new developments in those particular things, and it just feels like a little bit too much. She's stretching out the mystery a little bit too much, so much that I don't really remember these tiny details that maybe I'm supposed to remember. And there was this thing, right? I like a little bit during the first one, there is a message projected on Stevie's wall that imitates a Truly Devious letter, but it has other things written, and it's quite literally never mentioned again. And do I have to read the third book to find out about that thing that happened in the beginning of the first book? It just feels very drawn out. I wish we could get some more immediate answers as to certain things, because we're going from an old mystery that's set in the past, right? Then we have a murder that happens in school and we need to solve that. And now we're like continuously adding to those events without really solving any of the previous events. And I know that it's supposed to, in The Hand on the Wall, which I am going to read next, I know that we are supposed to figure out if they're all connected, how they're all connected, but waiting 3 books to find that out feels like a little bit too much, in my opinion. And that's basically my problem with this book, is that in order to find out answers, you had to wait so long that you almost forgot certain details that would make you go, oh, that was important. I remember that. Now it's just like, okay, that was like, in terms of the two books together, that was like 500 pages ago. Like, how am I supposed to remember that? And that's how I feel about The Vanishing Stair, is that it had exactly the same problem as Truly Devious, which was it took too long to pick up. Why did I read 6% of this book for something to happen? And the little reveals that we had in the first part, like, they went somewhere, but they were not significant. Like, that, why did we waste 200 pages finding out little bits here and there that were not actually that significant towards the whole mystery? So as it goes in this book, we find out a little bit more about the crime in the past, how it happened, who done it. Stevie thinks that she has figured it out, but now we still have the things in the present, the murder and all the consequences of that, which I'm not going to get into because that would be very spoilery. And so we ended up this book with answers about the past, not all of them. We have the feeling that there's still a big secret to be revealed, but we have most of the pieces together. But we have absolutely or nearly nothing about the present crimes. Which means that I'm going to have to read The Hand on the Wall, but like, why am I having to read 3 books to figure out what happened in the first one? You know? Like, I don't know. It feels very drawn out, which means that there's a lot in the middle. And the one thing I dislike about this book, David. What happened to David? He was so weird but charming and kind of like a bad boy, but not in a obvious like asshole kind of way. He was just like a little bit quirky. I loved him in this book. I hated him in this book. Like, everything that happened in it, he was just pissing me off the whole time. I was not okay with David. Like, I was not a David stan in The Vanishing Stair. For me, it could have been like The Vanishing David. Like, I don't care. Why would Maureen Johnson turn his character like that? Like, why would she do that to me? I don't understand. All in all, thoughts of the two. Obviously, they are compulsively readable. I also did make an effort to read this faster than I would because I had the time crunch of finishing the vlog today. But they were very entertaining to read. I will say that. I like Maureen Johnson's writing. I like the little quirky things that she adds in. I like the day-to-day life. I like the friendships. But I wish that this was faster paced. I wish we had more answers, more clues, and we don't. I still don't know what happened in the first book. And that is kind of, not really, I'm not gonna say like pissing me off, but it's like, it could have been a little bit better. I don't know. So this was a 3.5, rounded up to a 4, and I think this will be like a 3.5, but like more, I don't know, I have to sit with it. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those books where you only figure out the actual rating after you wait to see how you feel about it, because I did like the ending of it, like the last 100 pages, I would say, or a little bit less. I did really like it, but why did it take that long for me to fully get into it, you know? So I feel like a 3.5 is the best rating I can give to both of them. And I'm hoping, for the love of God, that The Hand on the Wall doesn't take 200 pages to get spicy, because if it does, I really don't know what to do. Like, why would it take so long to get all the answers if we're like in the thick of it, you know? So that's how I feel about Maureen Johnson and the Truly Devious series, the first 2 books at least. For this, I think I read like almost 800 pages, if not 800 pages, which was amazing for 1 week. You might have also noticed that I did not even touch Jane Eyre. Hit me in the face with this, because I really need to read it. Like, I really do. Like, it's bad for me. I really need to read this. But now I want to read The Hand on the Wall. I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, I clearly didn't pick this one up. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I think this is where I want to end up the vlog. Hopefully I made some good review without being spoilery, because I don't really like spoiling books, obviously, especially mysteries. I think that this series is worth reading, but I just don't know if it's the best of its kind. I wish it was a little bit less drawn out. In any case, I have to go. I have a full day ahead, hopefully. And Oh my god, my hair. I can't be bothered, honestly. I cannot be bothered. But I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and remember that life is worth reading.